Yes, that's right. Unicyclers. That guy's not that tall. But they sure are going to show us how to get on one of these things and how not to hurt yourself.
Welcome back, everyone, and we're continuing this month's series of trying new things in the new year. And this morning, we decided we would go unicycling.
I know who
Bill's
decided
really
this.
It's
a good idea.
Yes. And with us this morning, we have Nate Riesinger and Matthew Gant, and I am calling them unicycle pros.
Right. This isn't just the regular stuff, right?
No, this is getting a little bit crazy. And for all the video that you're going to see, we want to thank Kid Cannon TV for his permission to use the video that he put together of the Chattanooga Unicycling Club, which these guys are all part of. So tell me about unicycling. I see people on the Riverwalk unicycling. What is so different about it? What's fun about it?
Introduce yourself and talk about that.
Okay, yeah, I'm Matthew Gant, and a couple of years ago I'd heard about unicycling. I guess everybody's seen one at some point in their life, and I just thought it would be neat to give it a try. I bought one and realized it was a lot more complicated, it takes a lot of work initially to get on. It takes a lot of persistence, and it teaches you that. But once you learn to ride, it is just really fun. It's a really good activity. It gets you outside, and around Chattanooga, of course, there's a lot of trails and things like that. So you can start riding on the Riverwalk. You can ride on the trails that mountain bikers use. And
now, with all those videos, that was I feel like that's extreme unicycling right there. Like you're going on the hills and backwards and forwards and
maybe not to you guys.
I know. Maybe we're just a little inexperienced.
Yeah,
now, tell me about, you have a lot of different size unicycles here, different size tires. So just kind of talk about those a little bit.
Sure, yeah. Unicycling is just kind of like bicycles. There's a lot of different kinds depending on what you want to do. And one of the things, because it's a fixed gear, you have different size tires. Yes, this is a 20-inch, and it's made it's made for riding in here, for example, in a small space, but also you can do a lot more tricks on it, and it doesn't go as fast, but you have more control.
Okay.
This one is our largest size.
You can just leave it right there. That's
that Brooks has demonstrated. It's a 36-inch, and it is made for
a big tire.
It rolls really fast. For every revolution you go further, so it's made for more long distance, faster speeds, but it doesn't have a lot of agility and control that you'd have with the small one.
So we should not go on.
Yeah, it's probably not for us.
You might think it's ridiculous to see what's on the front of this is handlebars, and so when you do long distance road riding, you kind of have somewhere to rest your hands. So.
I see.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even think about that.
I was going to ask you. I mean, it's almost like it seems like almost like a tightrope. Are you using your arms at all for balance in this, or I mean, if your hands are down here, it sounds like you're pretty much in control.
It is a lot easier when you're learning to put your arms out for balance.
Yeah,
but once
like a Walenda.
Once you're more experienced, you've ridden 50 or 100 miles on a unicycle and you get your balance down, you can put your hands in your pockets or in, and that takes a little weight off of your seat. It's kind of like bicyclists.
How do you start with unicycling? Do you just kind of got to bite the bullet and get on it? And because I don't see training wheels. So, it's not like a regular bike.
So I'll tell my story. My story is that I was about 13 or 14, and I asked for one for my birthday, and I didn't think my parents would get me one, but they did. And so it was kind of like one of those, all right, it's in the garage. What am I going to do now? I have to learn how to ride this now. So it's basically as easy as what you just said. You hold on to something, an item, a shoulder maybe, or a wall, and you just try to ride forward. And you just do that over and over and over again. It's like any sport. If you want to get good at it, you just got to practice, practice, practice.
So it's you take it a little step at a time, so to speak, or a spin at a time.
Spin at a time. There we go.
I don't know. It kind of reminds me a little bit because of skateboarding almost, as far as getting used to getting onto it and building up to it.
Yes.
Can we see one of you kind of show us?
Yeah, go ahead, because we're going to try. I am going to try it, but not in this segment because we don't have
we're going to learn
not enough time right now. Go ahead.
So it's kind of a back and forth motion. That's the easiest?
No, that's actually quite tricky. It's called idling.
Okay. What is this called?
idling because you're not going anywhere.
So you're waiting at the crosswalk.
That's right.
Exactly.
Just kind of chilling.
Okay.
Yep.
So
All right.
that's.
And then we got a bounce here. You can just hop around. Daniel is actually one of our better riders, and he's able to jump at really high heights. He can jump onto a picnic table if he wants to. We're not going to do that here, but
Yeah, we don't
No,
have a
yeah,
picnic
thank
Just
you.
know that he
Our
can
boss
do that.
wouldn't be too happy about that.
There's somebody at home, if they're watching, that's very glad that he's not going to jump on the picnic table.
All right, thanks guys for giving us a few tips.
We're going to have some more later.
Yes, coming up in the next half hour, Bill and I are actually going to
Well, at least see how to start off, right?
We're going to attempt to unicycle. All right, thanks guys. We'll be right back after a quick break. As you can see, we have a bit of an outfit change because we are getting ready to learn how to unicycle in the News Channel 9 studio. And with us, we have a bunch of guys. We have Nat, Mate, Daniel, and Brooks, all to tell us about unicycling. And first, they're going to tell us about their unicycling club in Chattanooga if you want to get involved.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah, that's right. We do have a unicycle club. We've got a couple dozen people who we regularly have meetups, and there are people who like to ride, but also a big part of it is teaching other people. We invite the community, anybody who'd like to. You can find us on Facebook. Just look up Chattanooga Unicycling.
And right now you're actually looking at some extreme unicycling, and we want to thank Kid Cannon TV for permission to use this video he put together of the Chattanooga Unicycling Club, so you can see kind of what they do and how you can get involved in that. It might not be as hard as it looks. We'll have to find out in a moment. But when did you guys all start getting together?
It's probably just in the last year and a half.
So kind of a new thing, something fun if you want to try out something new in 2015.
Well, it's very much a Chattanooga thing, it seems like, you know. I mean, for what the kind of area that we've developed over the years, you know, an outdoors thing. And you can, it looks like you can take it pretty much anywhere. You know?
Apparently.
Probably in places you shouldn't.
We actually made our premiere from Get Out Chattanooga magazine here, and those two were actually in it, Brooks and Matt. And then from there, I saw that they were in there, and I contacted them, and it just started from there. And that, like they said, about a year and a half ago.
Great. Okay, so let's get started. So they're going to show us that it's not as hard as it looks.
Go ahead.
Oh boy. Okay, so
I'm gonna follow.
So there's different size wheels, and they just picked these out for us because apparently the big wheel is the hardest to balance on, so we're not going to be using the big wheel. We're going to go with the smaller wheels.
Oh, this is not the big wheel.
No. The big wheel was like up to here.
Yeah.
Okay, so
all right, Lauren's going to go ahead and show us. We're really just going to show you how to get onto the thing.
Yes, we're not going to be doing anything too crazy.
Okay. So Lauren's going to put her dominant foot up on the pedal first.
Right.
And then she's going to put her arms around her shoulders.
You're all right.
Just like this.
You're doing great.
And that's as easy as it is to start out.
See, and I have two guys to balance on, so, you know, life is easy. I couldn't imagine doing this without you guys. And so now you were telling me
I thought we already had the good life, but apparently not.
Now, idling is when you go back and forth, kind of?
Yep, that's correct.
And so that's when you're kind of just said, but that's not really that's not the easiest thing to do, the idling, obviously. I mean, you were saying that once you learn how to get going, that's probably when it's
I can't even imagine letting go of you guys, but as Nate was saying earlier, this unicycling is kind of one of those things that you have to just bite the bullet because you don't have training wheels like you do on a regular bicycle, even though I guess these guys are you're kind of my training wheels right now.
That's right.
And see now, look at it, Bill's on it too, and he said he wasn't going to.
Heck, I'm going right around the studio. I'll see you in the last broadcast. I'm just kidding.
So,
well, I mean, this is one thing getting on here, but it's another thing going from here. You know? I mean, when you guys ride, I just am curious. I mean, if I was going to do this and starting off, I would want something to protect myself, I would say.
Yeah. So starting out, most of the time you actually land on your feet when you fall, which is great about the sport. On a mountain bike or something, you're usually going to hurt yourself pretty bad.
Walk? Can you walk with me?
Sure.
You think?
That's right.
Look at this.
Oh, I already fell off.
Okay, and now I can go backwards?
Yep.
I'm going to let Lauren just have it.
There we go.
There you
Boom.
go.
Okay, so
Good, Lauren.
and maybe we can see one of you guys. Do you want to?
Yeah, go ahead and show us how it really is done.
Actual. Yep.
We'll kind of clear the way here for you.
Okay.
Yeah, just go ahead and just kind of show us how you get on there and go.
Okay, yeah, this is just a basic mount.
There we go. See, very nice. That is idling back and forth. And now to get off is very simple.
Yeah, you got two guys.
And
step off. You got the unicycle.
ta-da! And that's how unicycling is not that hard. Something, not that hard, yeah.
Well, it is.
Something new that you can try in 2015, and
he's worried.
take it away.
What? Yeah, please be careful.
It's because I'm on TV. That's probably why.
It's all right.
There we go.
Oh, very nice.
Very nice.
Now, the one thing I just noticed, because you said, well, just walk forward with me, but it almost felt like I was going in, like, what I thought I was supposed to do was in reverse or something. Was it, or was that just because I didn't?
It's a thing that feels very uncomfortable.
It does. It was like I was in reverse.
Something new to try in 2015.
That's right.
We'll be right back after a quick break. We're going to leave you with a shot of our expert unicyclers hopping around, idling. Now, those tricks are a little bit harder than they look, but hey, you can try anything, and sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and